welcome to the Flex and KG show. One game into the season.
3-point
collectors. 3 points better off than this time last season. You know what I mean?
3.
More points on the board.
Mourinho, 3.
Title charge.
3.
Title charge.
That's what Mourinho will say.
3. It's 3. We got a lot to talk about though.
We got so much
to talk about. Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire!
No Maguire.
No Maguire.
Falling through Maguire.
Falling Maguire.
Halted Maguire.
Stalling Maguire.
Not happening Maguire.
Maguire.
Yeah, we've got to talk about that because
Yeah.
the latest reports, as Owen spoke about earlier today, and it transpired throughout the day as well.
Owen got a lot of shit for that. They was on him. I don't know
listen,
why they
hate
did that.
when
I
people do
don't
that.
know why.
Oh, let's just gang up on Owen and shoot the messenger. Yeah, he made it up. Yeah, he's one of the senior reporters at the Times. He's dumb as chef.
Yeah.
Let's just shoot down Owen.
all the chief correspondents got involved as well. The Telegraph, Luckhurst, everyone.
It's not off your Muppet. Someone said it. I was like, actually, I quite like calling Owen a Muppet. But this isn't his fault.
It's not his fault, but it is what it is.
But yeah, big up Owen. He had to take the flat for it. That's how you know where people get pissed off.
Yeah.
Because you know, like, you just don't want the news to be that side.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Is that what we did with the takeover and all the English?
Mikey, I know who I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe the execs at Bloomberg or what's the other one? Financial Times. Rather than journos who get the transfers wrong, like Simon Stone, Killjoy Keegan. Club's still not sold. Like.
No,
it's not saying you're a
I
Glazer
understand.
Yeah, but it's frustration.
I've been with them man as well.
I told you from early.
Yeah, I've been with them man as well. So
when
I
you were
can't
like,
separate
man,
myself.
believe it. Where's the takeover?
Yeah.
We're off topic a bit now. Where's the takeover? Where's the takeover?
Brother.
Where's the rumours?
Brother.
Where's anything?
Bro, but then there was a thing in that paper, not Cisco Systems. There was one in that proper there was one in a
Cisco
proper
Systems.
financial,
Yeah.
and it didn't go through, fam. So, and they said when Qatar can't start speaking, where's all the guys that, you know the Qatari Twitter accounts? Yeah. They got bare followers before.
Yeah.
All they had was the Arabic writing, and then they was building up their followers. Ain't heard from them since.
Bro, he stood on the bridge on Las Vegas Boulevard and he was like, yeah, they can do this. I said, they can just sit. Since then, been sitting.
Well, anyway, forget about the takeover.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Harry Maguire. We're going to talk about midfield. We need midfielders now. Right now. But the latest with the Harry Maguire situation is that West Ham are going to get a new centre-back within 24 hours, and it ain't going to be Harry Maguire.
I was devastated. I think West Ham, hopefully this is a smoke screen. Hopefully, you know when we said we're looking at other targets outside of Mount, I hope this is one of those ones because West Ham know what they could get with Maguire, especially you promise him, if you say to him, you're going to be the captain, you're going to do this, you're going to do all this great stuff, you don't just switch now and say, well, we don't care about you as the target. I think they're just trying to put some pressure on the club, and because they said the deal's not over, but right now it's stalling. West Ham haven't heard from Harry Maguire, but as it stands, Harry Maguire signed there's personal terms and stuff shouldn't be a problem, correct? And Man United have agreed a deal for 30 million. So what seems to be stalling it is on Man United's side. But Man United have already sent players out to look at Todibo. We saw Pavard Rafa Varane's post yesterday, even though you can't read too much into things. But Man United are already starting to sound out the new people that we're looking for. So either these guys, we've been praising these guys and saying, the board have been getting it right in terms of bringing players through the door. I'm very shocked that we haven't completed this little bit of knowing we have to play out Maguire. Maguire needs 7.5 million. We need to know that we have to do that. That wasn't going to go away. You can't say, he's available, and then he's not you haven't planned for this part. Yeah. How have you not planned for this part? This is stupid. This is ridiculous. It should be so clear, but then again, Man United just doing things that don't make any sense. You take the armband off him, so clearly he's going to want to leave, right? Which is everything you're saying, we're pushing him in that direction, which is brilliant.
You know this is coming.
You know this is coming. So then what? You thought he was going to say, don't worry about payout, guys. You know what have you got? Just give me whatever's available. No, give him exactly what he's supposed to receive.
And on this as well, there's going to be a side that's going to say, is he having a laugh? He doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve that money anyway. Or why can't West Ham pay it? For me, the way I see it is sins of the past. You know, Ed Woodward, Ollie. This is what happens when you give big players like that contracts that are on big fees, big money, big wages. Big money. On big wages and stuff. And it doesn't work out for the future managers. They're stuck with the sins of the past, and you reap what you sow. And from the player perspective, he's got every right. As much as we want to see him leave and he needs to go and play and just let the night be over, man. Just come out of our team and all that stuff, yeah. Listen, this is business, and business is business. And they say it didn't happen, unless it's written down, it didn't happen. This is written down. This is in his contract. This is what's there. Yeah. Especially as well, it works like that when a player is downgrading his contract. Like usually when you leave Man United, like we always say, there's not many players who leave and go up. Yeah. You know,
you have to be special.
You have to be really special or fantastic talent. And we don't sell well at the best of times. So Manchester United usually are always in a deficit of, they've lost money on the player in terms of transfer fee. So we bought Harry Maguire for 80 million and going to sell him for 30. That's disgusting in itself.
Yeah. When you think about it.
He's on the best part of 200k a week. Yeah. And now you're asking him to drop down to 100k a week. West Ham are within their rights to say, we didn't put him on that.
Yeah.
Why should I pay an extra 6 million in transfer fee to help you pay him off? So that's really your problem.
We're actually selling him for what, like
when you break, but the package hasn't been sorted yet as well. So exactly. So that's what I mean. So all these things need to be taken into account. Now, for these things to be undone, we have to take big losses. Not going to make any money off Harry Maguire. Not going to make any money off Fred. Kane McTominay is free, so if he does leave, fair enough.
You make money off him, but that's slow down.
Dean Henderson, same thing. But I feel like, but that's slow down. But there's a lot of players that we've had that we ain't going to make no money off. The same thing happened with Alexis Sanchez. Look at that, how much we had to pay him off. Do you know what I mean? So I don't blame Maguire in this. If I was him,
Maguire, this is the one time you can say you can't blame Maguire. But what you can say
Man United not being prepared.
This is Man United. This is typical Man United.
Every time you think that we might be starting to just turn a little corner, you get the reminder of the old times.
Where that we can still be us.
Because really, we have kind of been saying, you know what I mean, we've addressed 3 big areas.
Signings early.
Before the season started. I know Hoyland's injured, but you know, technically it was before the season started. Okay, Fred's gone out. Maguire's probably going to go out, you know. Okay, Henderson looks like he might stay now, but, you know, Langer, 15 minutes. Little things, it's not perfect, but, okay, I can, you know, there were people putting on Twitter sort of thing like, wow, this, you know, the season's about to start, Man United got 3 signings and there's about to be some outgoings, and then there's going to be another centre-back coming in, there's going to be another midfielder coming in theory. We're kind of saying, it's looking like going to be a decent window. And now, you get those little reminders of actually... No.
It's like we just got the worst Americans though. We didn't get you look at what Chelsea's doing and you can't help but, even though they didn't finish in the top 4, you look at that situation bro, Todd Bowley and them, man.
Todd Bowley.
That consortium is moving mad.
Yeah, it is.
It's moving, bro, they're again in the market.
They're moving if we got Qatar, that's what we think they would do.
Yeah, right now, you're hearing Elise, you've already heard Lavia, you've heard Casado, and these are young players, bro. These are players with sell-on attributes. If they don't work, you can sell them on, and it can still work. Now, I don't know what you're gonna sell Casado on for because he's 100 and something
if
million.
If he kicks on and does wicked and Real Madrid come knocking,
it's impossible.
If Barcelona come knocking.
For how much?
160.
It's impossible.
180.
We're not gonna get to that. They'll rather create their own. There's no way. It's not possible. But I'm saying that there's not that. That's ridiculous.
They said there'll never be a 100 million transfer. Now they're like
it's normal, yeah. But not to that's for him. Come on, man. I think this is already.
I know what you mean, but it might be another 100 again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is it. After a few years, still go for 100. But this is the thing.
Fernandes, 100 as well.
We just it's a shame, man. Man United, you talk about trying to be the best in class, and while we do have some steps going forward, there's so many steps going backwards. This is ridiculous. This right now, especially with Ten Hag wanting to plan and looking at other players. Bro, we've actually sent someone to go and scout. So what's he scouting for of a player that potentially needs to come in now? It's a waste of trip then, almost. Why have you sent him over there? You not even got the money to pay out the guy that's supposed to be leaving to look at the new players. This is ridiculous. Or saying, this is what's even worse actually. Getting rid of a player and saying, we need to identify our targets. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that should have been done first.
Wait a minute. So you had a conversation with me Like, that's like quitting your job with no other job coming up.
Yeah, no plan. Planless. Doesn't make no sense.
Like, who's doing this? This is the thing.
If he doesn't move, we've got a big problem because Ten Hag, he can say the thing in the presses. Yeah, I'm happy with him and stuff. We know it's a lie. Yeah, never picks him. 5th choice. Yeah, 4th or 5th choice. If he stays, it's a big problem. It's a big problem for Harry Maguire if he stays because he ain't going to play. And clearly he wanted to push through this move where it was all accepted because he knows the Euros are coming up. He needs to play it. He's taken the hint. Let's not get this twisted. He's taken the hint. Yeah. The move's there.
Yeah.
It's agreed on both sides. It's just Man United messing it up with the negotiations.
We need to do something.
Do you think? I mean, look, time will tell because it was. I think it's James Burt from the Telegraph. Jason Burt. My apologies. Jason Burt said he's the one saying that West Ham are going to, move on to another defender within the next 24 hours. So by this time tomorrow, we'll see if West Ham have a new defender or not.
Well, Man United need to sort something out. This is a time, again, there's a lot of games that are played through the media, right? And say, well, we need to put pressure on them. This is it. So now Man United have got 24 hours to work out, are you going to pay Harry Maguire out or are you going to let him stay there? If they don't pay him out, Harry Maguire's a Man United player and he's going to fight for his position.
What do you think will happen? Do you think it's a bit of posturing from West Ham to say hurry up? Or
I
do you
think so. I think,
well,
West Ham have got a big game. There's games coming up this weekend. Where's my defender? If he's apparently the new captain, well, we want the captain to be there. Again, Harry Maguire can add quality and can be good for West Ham. So it's not like it's a bad player.
Want him, yeah.
This is it. So again, you can really, Moyes can do his thing with Harry Maguire. Again, with Jay Ward-Prowse and all these other things that they're doing, he'll be a threat. He can be a threat, and offensively. So again, it's like we just need to do something. I do think West Ham are doing some posturing. I think Man United do need to make up their minds, but everything we do takes long. Like signings in, out, even down to announcements take long. So Man United need to just speed up that part of our department because it's just too slow. It's ridiculous. When it comes down to it, this is ridiculous. The fastest thing we were able to do is get Onana's visa. That's the only thing I want to say. You know what, actually? Okay, that was a bit quick. You know what I mean? It came like quite quickly. You think, oh man, I thought it was going to wait for us and we'll return. And it's like, oh, welcome to the club. You know what I mean? But that's the one thing. And that probably wasn't even on Man United. That was probably on the outside body. So Man United just wrote the letter and then we're here now. But it's just... It's frustrating. And you just think we need to support this manager and give him all the tools to be successful. And you're looking at other teams. Yeah, Liverpool have had their ups and downs and they're in the mud at the moment. But other teams that are doing it correctly, we need to look into what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it'll be comical.
If the window closes, he's still here.
If the window closes and Harry Maguire's still a Man United player, I think it'd be comical. Because, like you said, how on earth you haven't planned for this eventuality? How on earth you haven't planned for this situation to arise where he's obviously going to remember the 7 million? Remember when we were saying with Frankie de Jong last year when he was owed certain amounts of money? We'll never know the true story. Maybe when he writes a book one day of that summer, what really happened. But there was a lot on the levers and a lot on how much he was owed by taking a pay cut from before and all this stuff. And there was one stage of it where it was like, we thought he was going to come. Yeah. He's just waiting to get his piece. I just think any player that is entitled to something,
get your money
contractually. You can't.
You think I'm leaving without my money?
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
No
you
one
can't,
is.
Doesn't matter how they performed.
Yeah.
That's not the contract length and the contract salary and what happens with the structure of payments and what should happen should you get sold or pushed out or what's down on black and white between the agent and the club and the family of the player and the player or whatever. That's written in stone. That's what contracts are for. So if you want to shift him out, it's your issue.
Pay.
Now, if you look at pay. If you look at it from this point of view as well, what is worrying is if West Ham do move on from Harry Maguire, where on earth can he go in the Premier?
Villa. Don't they have an injury issue? Don't they have an ACL to...
They do, but Emery's not getting Harry Maguire.
He's not getting Harry Maguire, but I just hope, again, I'm just going to be...
Sport Pau Torres, that shows you the type of centre-back he wants. He ain't going to get in Harry Maguire, no chance. Who comes in for him? 30 million is the price.
What's going on at Spurs? They got any issues? Postecoglou's not bringing in. Well, they got issues at centre-back.
Yeah, he's getting rid of Dyer. He's not even in the team.
All right. It's nuts.
Nowhere else in the Premier.
Yeah. It's
Roy Hodgson might take it. But this is the best chance for Harry Maguire to play in Europe as well. Some form of Europe, because they're in the Europa League, so won the Conference League last year.
Yeah.
Any of the other European teams, you ain't getting that. You can't go Brighton, and you certainly can't go higher than that.
Hell no.
Hell no. You can't play for any of the big boys. Where are you gonna go? This is Harry Maguire's most suited club. That's why it's just my feeling on it. I could be completely wrong. And in a couple of weeks' time, when the window shuts on August 31st, what's the date today? 15th, yeah, so around about a couple of weeks. When it shuts, I might be going, wow, I can't believe it, he's still here. I didn't see it. But my gut feeling, I still think he'll go. I think Man United will find a way to give him his piece.
Pay him.
Or like a guarantee of it over if it's in installments or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But he needs to walk, because he knows he needs this move as well.
Yeah.
Like, he can't stay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Now and the rest later.
Yeah, just give me whatever the increments are.
This is a couple flights to the Glazers, though. This is a couple FA Cup flights.
Mad.
This is a couple, like, you know, when they travel and stuff and they do that, like how much they've been spending and stuff. This is light. This is light work for them. And again, this is when you look at what's happening with Todd Bowley's consortium versus what we're doing. It is ridiculous. We're a player that needs to go. Everything needs to change. We need to go in a new direction. He shouldn't really be around. He hasn't got any confidence. Having him's not going to help us. So right now, it's not an asset. This is not a 30 million asset at all. You have to cut your losses. He has to go. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's true. And big panic stations for us and him if he doesn't. Because also, what it shows is that we're still down another centre half because he's not a viable option.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
So trying to get in the Todibo or the Pavard or whoever it's going to be, like Owen said earlier, them talks are redundant now. It don't even matter who we should get now. If he don't go anywhere, we can't bring in another centre-back.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I get why. Because Ten Hag's press conference was a bit weird. The one that he gave.
Yeah,
you know, the embargoed one.
Yeah, he said
fight
I'm happy with him, but he has to, if he doesn't want to fight,
I need the guy for England. No, but he said, if you fight, there's a chance.
Yeah, but he always says that. He says
I hear that, but then...
He's just saying that because he's still
might say...
He's doing that press and knowing that man's agreed to fee with West Ham.
But he's doing that thing knowing that the club hasn't done everything they need to do, so it could break down. The same way Klopp was in a presser saying, we've already brought in Casado, things happen.
Yeah, he said we agreed a fee, and he said with the player, I don't know. I have to wait and see. That was his words. Ten Hag's not even doing that. He's not saying, look, he's not doing... Yeah. Oh, you're saying he's being coy because
just in case if he stays and then he's my player still.
Oh, but that's Ten Hag's thing throughout the whole thing with every single guy.
Yeah.
He did it with Ronaldo. He did it with David De Gea.
Yeah.
He did it with He's done it with Donny.
Yeah.
He's anyone. That's why when he speaks, we go lie.
Yeah.
Because the team that he picks shows us who he rates and who we don't rate, and we know unanimously that he does not. Majority decision across the board does not rate Harry Maguire.
Let's get on to things that we've seen because we've done this Maguire thing, but let's actually talk about, we had our first game yesterday and you were there, you was in the ground. What was the mood like at Old Trafford yesterday?
It was bad.
Really?
Look, it's the first game of the season and I'm not going to say it was toxic. I'm not going to overcook the thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest with you of the live emotion while the 90 minutes is playing out. There's a difference.
Okay, yeah.
There's toxicity of everything's going wrong at this club and not seeing a vision versus emotionally invested in the 90 minutes and looking at what you're seeing. Awful. People were on Bruno's back big time. And you know what though?
Good.
Yeah, because it wasn't abuse.
Yeah.
It's frustration.
Yeah.
You're the captain now.
Yeah.
Bruno, we need you. What you're doing is insane. He had, I don't know what it looked like from, this very table as you was watching the game and you lot was in here. There was like a 7-minute period halfway through the second half where every single time he touched the ball, it was either under hit, over hit, tackled, ran away from. Then he done the thing of my foot's hurting, injured, look, When he done that one, everyone went crazy.
Yeah.
No. You can get up, Bruno. Everyone in my stand was just like, get out, there's nothing wrong with you, get out. Doing a thing, proper. I'm going, hold him accountable. He's the captain. In that moment, that's what happened. I really felt it for Garnacho. He was on my side in the first half. And it was back to that. I said that was my predicted lineup. Yeah. That was the lineup I wanted. Yeah. That was the lineup I expected. That was the lineup I think, even though pre-season was mixed, that was the lineup I thought probably deserved to start, considering taking in it all together. Garnacho was having a tough time, man.
Torrid.
I think it reminded us there's still a way to go with this kid, man, in terms of starting games. In contrast, absolutely, it's fine. I'm just saying what happened.
Yeah.
In contrast, you think about the last time he played against Wolves where he won us the game, and he come off the bench against Semedo, by the way, who was tired. We caught them on the break, dropped him, posting in. This time, Semedo went,
I see you.
Big man. Beginning of the season, big man, men's football.
I've got a lot of energy right now.
I've got a lot of energy. Been at Barca, big man. Let's go, kid. What you got? And it just, every single touch that went astray, every single little things that was controlling it, had to go run after it and slide in just to make sure that things. Onana fizzed one out to him.
He got
Luke Shaw
booked.
Got Luke Shaw booked. Onana fizzed one out to him. Wicked pass. Bounces up, hits his hand, handball.
That was bad.
Then he gets one where he decides to go at Semedo, like one-on-one, runs it off the pitch. Like, it just was going bad for him. And that can happen. It can happen. I think Ten Hag should have took him off for half-time. Now, the problem with that is, I know you can say you don't want to kill the kid's confidence, but it's harsh lessons to learn, isn't it? That's part of it.
I think Ten Hag, it felt like the players had the conversation themselves. Like when he went into the dressing room.
Yeah, they knew.
And it wasn't Ten Hag had to speak. Because even when they came out, Varane doing this thing, and I think Ten Hag was like, you know what, you lot work it out.
Try and fix
because
it.
He done it before. When we lost to Liverpool, he started the same team. So fix it. So there's going to be moments where
after the break he was still just as bad.
Yeah, this is it. They didn't fix it.
Got hooked,
I don't think anyone fixed it.
Nobody fixed it. Marcus Rashford. Really
Bro,
bad.
It was so mad, yeah. Because I got him in my fantasy league, innit? And I know it's not about fantasy league right now, but I'm just saying that how I was nervous about this performance. I said, bro, like, you can't play like this. But then as soon as he went out to the left a little bit, there was a moment, he picked up the ball on the left, and he's just more dangerous. He can run with the ball, and then you get to see the best of Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford as a number 9, bro, there was a time when it was like 15, 20 minutes into the game, Marcus Rashford had 4 touches, the least touches of any player. And I'm like, well, you can't get a ball, but then just doing silly things. I think if Wolves are playing, again, I was listening to Cam, Wolves were playing like a high line at times. You didn't even try that ball, like, over the top, Rashford in behind. He was doing weird things.
Rashford's only good as a 9, or I say good, effective within certain games as a 9, when he's directing, we can put
breaking
balls
the
in,
lines.
Yeah. The link-up play and coming short with his back to goal, having to hold up the ball against a strong centre-half, get on the half-turn. That's what Martial can do really well.
I don't want to talk about Martial.
Of course, but I'm just saying, that's what Højlund can do very well as well. It's everything Marcus Rashford can't do. Marcus Rashford needs to see the goal and grass. That's what he needs to see. He needs to see green grass and a white goal frame with a white net. Yeah. That's what he needs to see. And space. And that's what he needs to see.
On the left. He needs the left-hand side.
Absolutely.
We need to, right now, the biggest issue that Man United have is we need that centre forward. If the one that we brought in is broken, or is not broken, he's injured, and the other one is not like in a good shape, then bro, we have to go into the market.
I've got a bigger issue for you than that. From what I saw.
Yeah.
So it's going to take time. So I hope I look back on this Flexing KG show in like 2 months when everything's a bit settled and go, remember when I said that? Midfield is a big problem, I think.
I just think...
I know it's one game. I know it's 90 minutes. So
you have to give Bruno and Mason time. Because
Exactly.
we saw Fred and... How can Fred and Bruno Casemiro work together?
Do you know why? And they're not going to want to hear it. And this is why I say things. And again, people will say, oh, you lost the plot. Physicality, man. Fred can run around, bro, and win duels.
Mason's supposed to be able to run around and win duels.
But not like how Fred does. No chance.
So
now listen to me, hear me out here. I'm not saying don't sell Fred. That's the level we need. I'm not saying that.
I've seen Christian Eriksen, Bruno and Casemiro hold the midfield together. And they've done that. No, but I've seen it with my own eyes.
Anyone with a little bit of power in midfield. Anyone with a little bit of leg speed, bro. Getting clear. Please understand,
Cunha was on...
He was on crud, yeah? Please understand, I don't know, me personally, how Scott McTominay didn't enter the field. I'm being serious. I'm looking at it. I'm going, there's rules, there's principles of how I want to play. And Cam broke it down in his fan view, and he was basically saying, but if Ten Hag changes it and says that we go back to this way, it's like it proves that he doesn't really believe in the philosophy when you want him to kind of play through. I get that. But also what Ten Hag's shown he's not afraid to do is adapt like that and say, this ain't the right time for that. I asked him that at Brentford this time last year, second game in. Passed out from the back, we gave it away, Eric. Did you want us to do that? Of course, this is naive, eh? Like, I don't want us to do that all the time. Can't do it.
Yeah.
That was when I went, okay, it's first game of the season, and the things that we want to do with this technical midfield and getting on the ball are not working. The simple reason that we are not functioning in midfield is because we're losing battles. We're getting out-fought. It's too physical. Casemiro, he's getting sold a dream, but he can't cover that distance.
It's too big.
Bruno, you got Bruno in the duels was getting weighted bare times. Man just sprinting off him because he don't really have. He still can physically. No, but he still can be. He can stop. I've seen Bruno stop. Yeah, sometimes he can.
He can do that, but he was. Yesterday he wasn't good enough.
Wasn't doing it.
He wasn't good enough.
Mason Mount wasn't doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying, Scott McTominay will give you that.
But we're losing 8% of our duels. The one thing that I did see that I liked, is we were winning the ball back early. We're winning the ball back high. You know, because I think there was like their breakdowns and then in the transition, but we just didn't make it count. Yeah. So it was winning the ball back. I think
everyone was giving it away.
Everyone. Awful. So let's imagine we get the ball in their half, and that's how when we watched them and when he was Ten Hag at Ajax, we watched that last game of the season. They'd win the ball back in the opponent's half. They're closer to the goal. It's easier to score in that position.
Everything was wrong.
United couldn't do nothing.
Everything was wrong.
It was a horrid game. We were so lucky to get out.
Anthony.
Game. Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Not just picking on him. We're literally going through the team here and highlighting what went wrong. Awful decision making. Final ball. I'll give him his dues. In the first sort of 5 or 10 minutes, he dropped his shoulder a couple of times.
Yeah,
and
tried to go out on the right and use his right foot.
End product. Yeah, I said at least he crossed it with his right foot.
Yeah.
It's to no one, but at least he tried to swung it. Second half, same thing. He cut in, and it was like, is he trying to cross that? Is he trying to shoot? What on earth was that?
Yeah.
Like, just lack of decisiveness, lack of thought.
I want to put it to this though. Good. I think our approach to pre-season was wrong. I really do.
Do you think that they didn't play enough? I was talking to Josh about this, and Josh was saying that he thinks like our starting 11 didn't play enough minutes.
Football. They didn't. They played what? Bro, they had halves. The first 90-minute game was Lens.
And that weren't even supposed to be, I think, because it went wrong and Lana got lobbed. And Ten Hag actually allowed this, man. You man see this out.
You man go out. So we didn't play enough football. So when you talk about the team, they look like strangers. So we weren't. I said to you, bro.
Worse than pre-season.
I said to you, we're not ready.
You did say that.
I said we need 2 more. We need 2 more weeks. Now our 2 weeks are going to happen
in the season.
Because
and we're very lucky to get away with that yesterday.
And just now, when you look at it, we're playing these Joe Hugo and stuff, and all these other kids, but it's not helping us. They're not going to play next season. Hannibal, these kids can go on the tour and they can learn the football, but they're so far away from the first team. I think we should have just concentrated on Mason Mount, all these guys understanding the new way that we're going to play. Because last season, he doesn't want to play like that again. But I can't tell you what type of football he was playing yesterday, because it wasn't like
it was awful. It was nothing.
It was nothing.
It was awful. It looked like we'd got worse. And look, I said in my breakdown, I was like, look, in parallel to this, we
lost our first game last season.
We lost our first game last season, and then we lost the second one, both in awful fashion, especially Brentford. And that was off the back of having a really positive pre-season. Yeah. If we go and beat Spurs and there's 6 points on the board, Wolves would be forgotten about. Yeah. But I couldn't ignore the midfield imbalance, if I'm being honest. Yeah. If it starts to working and they're running around and they're winning the ball, and that's good. It's so good that they got a full week. Yeah. I'd rather this happen now than happen at the business end of the season. However, I was concerned because I just thought we have to get Amrabat.
We're not going to get him.
We have to get
Onana linked to
Amrabat.
I don't like the links. They're not strong enough.
We must. Forget this, like, what happens if Casemiro gets injured? To play with.
Goodness, yeah.
Or to play instead of, sometimes.
Wait, what happens if Casemiro gets injured, though?
Right now, well, technically Scott McTominay's still here, so at the moment, and Eriksen. What kind of midfield is that? It has no bite. Imagine that midfield yesterday against Caicedo, Enzo, and Lavia. Imagine that midfield yesterday against Partey, Rice, Odegaard.
You don't have to imagine it. It's coming soon.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, but by the time it does come against Arsenal in a few weeks' time, window would have shut. Hopefully, we have got a midfielder through the door.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. So there's a bit of both, right? There's a side that midfield needs to gel. They need to learn each other's play.
Runs and each other's movement.
But there's the other side of looking at it stylistically and looking at the individual players and saying, what are they really good at and what are they really bad at? Casemiro, right? What's his strengths?
He can he covers the space well. He's good off the ball as well. He can patch, gets into position, and he can start attacks. He can sniff danger, and he can start attacks. The only issue is sometimes
what's his weakness?
Well, when lackadaisical moments where he just starts to do these things where he loses the ball for no reason. When it's like he gives away the ball just to try and win it back almost. It's that ridiculous. But it's like what we need from him, and this is why I think we can't overreact, because the whole midfield was a 4. Absolutely. No one in midfield played good. So what you need to do is
sorry for Casemiro. How much space he had to cover.
He was left. So, and then after he just got tired. So the killer is Casemiro is good. We can't now think that he can't help us and he's terrible.
Absolutely not.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just throwing it out there that what they need to do though is the team as a standard, as a basis, it has to be 7s at least as a basis. If it drops and we lose moments in a game, we need to see 7s. But Mount was over trying.
Yeah.
I'm giving Mount a lot of time. I'm giving Mount 7, 8 games before we can say what we think he is. He overtried. You had Garnacho overtrying. You had Bruno doing nothing. You had Casemiro trying to cover, but still couldn't deal with what was running at him
past loads
all the time.
Because that's what his weakness is. The leg speed of if he's in a point of isolation. He's in trouble. If there's a big gap to spot, because he's not super quick. You know what I mean? And I know you're saying he kind of can start some attacks sometimes. He knocked a couple of good balls out to the channel.
Yeah, he can do that.
He's okay.
You've seen him do it
last
season.
Time and space, Real Madrid, cigar out, time and space, not a problem.
Yeah.
But if you ask him to play quickly in tight areas,
then it can be a bit tight.
The ball can get nicked off him easy. Because another couple of times, someone passed the ball into him, just took a shit touch, and then they're off.
What you can't do is run with the ball.
He's not a progressive carrier.
That's all. He's not a progressive. I think he can pass and stuff, but running with the ball.
You've got to remember with Casemiro, world class.
You didn't have to.
But his main thing of his career is, listen, big man, be an amazing IQ and suss the danger.
See out danger. Give it to the great players.
You can play a little bit because you're going to get a bit of time space, half turn, set Cruz, get it back. Yeah, set Modric, nice. But Prem, now you don't have that.
Yeah.
Different for him.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to see an upgrade in Bruno. We do. We need to see an upgrade. And we need to see that upgrade in Mount. Mount needs to bed in. Bruno needs to upgrade.
What can Bruno do different?
Just be smarter, more economical with the ball. Not just taking them wild shots for no reason. Not just, there's sometimes he was just doing stuff and you said, Bruno, why'd you do that?
His head was gone yesterday.
Bruno, why?
But you know what's crazy? The top players, I know people say Bruno's not a top player, look how he played, top players don't play like that. But they have this intuition where there's still going to be one moment though. And I need to get the pass and the weight of the pass correct.
And he has that moment.
And he did it.
He does that all the time.
So in the end, he's ended up having a say in the result, but he's also ended up having a say collectively with others of why we played so poorly.
Yeah.
So it's weird when you have X factor players where Bruno is like that a lot. How many that was a Bruno classic. We thought that type of Bruno had kind of gone.
It's gone.
You know, like you said, using working on, but that was the throwback Bruno of Bruno was literally playing a 2 out of 10. I'm going to be honest, and that's being generous.
Yeah.
And then he just plays the perfect ball at the right time. Good run from Wan-Bissaka, who I thought was really good actually. He was solid. And let's get to the defence because I felt sorry for them. You could look at the stats wise, like I was talking to Laurie today. He was like, "Bro, man, you 23 shots you conceded, man. You know, what happened to your defence?" I said, "Did you watch the game?" He said, "No." Typical Laurie. But if you look at that, you can say, "Right, the defence must have got run ragged. It must have been awful." But if you watch the game, you know it's because there was absolutely no midfield and you've got a forward down, you can't retain possession. So all there is turnovers in play. All there is Wolves players bearing down on you at all times. You've got Martinez having to go up to the halfway line, getting skinned. You got Martinez getting yellow cards. You got Luke Shaw having to stretch in and get a yellow card because Garnacho's given a shit pass away and then they're in, so he's got to bring him down.
Oh, that's what happened to Martinez. He did go. He was playing on the halfway line.
And then he got skinned, and then he got past Casemiro first, and he got past Martinez second.
Yeah.
Then you're looking at it saying, also what's happening is that Luke Shaw in the second half, when they had a shot and it went to Neto, I think it was Cunha ran away from him because he's already on a yellow card from the first. I couldn't even drag him back.
Yeah.
No leg speed, can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So what are the defence supposed to do with that? So under those conditions, the defence actually did really well, considering, and the gosh, the defence saved the day. You know how happy I was that he scored.
Oh man, because he missed a big header.
Just before half time.
Just before half time, and it was criminal.
50p head. Should definitely have scored that one.
So
to see him do that and do the Varane.
Yeah.
I was very happy.
Big celebration.
But it was muted, I'm not going to lie, because I was vexed. And then, you know what's even crazier? We made the changes that we made. Sancho,
Sancho came on, he looked a little chinky in there.
Yeah, a couple
he
of times.
He looked up for it.
Right.
Sancho was telling the crowd to go.
Yeah.
It's Sancho's telling us
Bruno
to
done one as well. I said, you cheek. I said, you cheeky. He done one to the Stretford end when we was already 1-0 up now.
Yeah.
Like near the end, because I know, look, as a player, you need it. You're saying we need you. I know we've been bad, we need you. It's our jobs, innit?
Yeah.
I did think, you cheeky. You're lucky I like you. You're taking the piss. Cheer, more. Are you taking the piss? My heart's in my mouth on game week 1 against Wolves, so we're getting peppered. Brought on Ericsson for some control. No control, we're still back.
Yeah.
The end, where Onana's got keep coming out, going on the ball. Pen, by the way. Stonewall.
Why you didn't? Okay. To the letter of the law. To the letter of the law.
Letter of law.
Yeah.
Since when the letter of law can you just come out and clatter someone?
You can't really clatter someone, but he wasn't gonna. He's nowhere near the ball.
Exactly.
The guy was nowhere near the ball.
No, he was. Because the guy behind him, Dawson, was the one.
Dawson's one that headed it.
Yeah, bro, it's in the same position.
No, I'm saying Dawson. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, Dawson headed it. It weren't the guy clattered. The guy headed it.
Yeah. Guy. Yeah. He takes out this one. Yeah. Dawson's the main person. Dawson's the guy. If Dawson got taken out like
NFL?
That, huh?
Is it NFL?
It was crazy.
Can you block?
It was crazy.
When the ball's on this side and nowhere near it, can you just block people?
It was crazy.
Bro,
I agree.
It's a pen.
I agree. It was mad, but he was nowhere near it. So we got away, bro. We got away with it.
Absolutely. It's robbery.
Let's never forget. We've been robbed on the penalty decisions many times.
I'm not saying we haven't. I'm just talking about yesterday, mate.
Guess what? It will balance itself out.
Of course it will.
Over the season, we're going to be complaining.
If I'm a Wolves fan,
I'm furious.
That is a disgrace.
No, if I'm a Wolves fan, I'm mad. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Because you know what that is, though? That is big game, Old Trafford.
Good. It needs to feel like that. And I want it to long may it continue.
No, I don't want to cheat, bro.
No, listen. I just want to advantage. It was bad.
But Onana was wicked apart from that.
Yeah. And that's like, I felt, because, obviously the media has gone for Onana when he told off Maguire at that time. Yeah. So he's a guy under scrutiny now. Even there's the thing with, he'd been lobbed. So it's just like, when it happened, I was like, shit, man. I said, this guy's been lobbed.
Yeah, and
now
sprayed.
He's going to do the, now he's going to have the penalty moment. It's going to be a penalty moment.
Panenka.
And then, it just didn't want it. So I was like, this is the last thing. Don't let it be my man.
And he would have given the pen away as well, by the way.
He did it, yeah. So it would have been, so then I doing that.
Crazy.
It would have been crazy. The timeline would have looked crazy now. All the people are doing are complaining. And guess what? We don't care. We don't care. Literally, like, to all the people that are like, 3 points.
Yeah. 3 points better off than last season, make progress. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, but Jesus, it was scary, man. I told you. I said to all the fans in the fan camp, I said, guys, after the last day of pre-season, prepare yourselves. Frustration's going to kick in. All these things, because I can't see anything that Man United have been working on this season.
Bro, and I had that, well, you were there, you saw a long chat I had with Benny.
Yeah.
After Dortmund.
It's a game that we lost, yeah.
Dortmund, last game of tour in America. And I was talking to him and saying, I was like, Benny, man, bro, he said, flexed. He said, look, I've told the guys, there's no such thing as pre-season at Man United, we need to be on it. And they're like, but it's pre-season. And he's going, no, you have to win. Still, you have to get sharp. You're not looking sharp, sort of thing. But I said, Benny, bro, it's looking kind of, season's next week, bro. Yeah, whenever, or 2 weeks, whatever. He said, nah, they'll 100% be ready. He said they'll be ready for the start of the season.
Not ready.
Benny, if you're watching, bro.
You're a liar.
Benny, I didn't expect that kind of, bro, I'm sitting on there, the We Talk Wolves podcast, I think, saying, I think 3-1. Yeah. But in that, I could hear Owen in the back
struggled to
saying,
beat
say it with
Wolves.
chest, believe, or whatever. Because I said, but you know what though? Because I was saying it at the beginning, I was like, they ain't got much to lose. Gary O'Neill's been there for what, 4 or 5 days.
New manager bounce.
Like, new manager bounce. And actually,
They're
everyone's
our bogey
saying
team.
Wolves going to get relegated, yeah? Their
like that.
first 11 is
Not
all
like
right.
that. Not like that.
They get a goal scorer,
Not
they
like
won't
that.
get relegated.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and you just think, you see these things happen all the time, and you're like, oh. And I just felt like, it wasn't even that we just underestimated Wolves. They just were really good.
But what's annoying is the top 6 play Wolves, they beat them.
100%.
Like they'll get the. But it's the first game of the season. First game of the season. So
what
we
I
need
do,
to
I'm
just
just looking
relax.
forward to finish off. We've got Tottenham away next. Now, I watched Tottenham's game, watched all of it against Brentford. Did you?
No, I didn't watch that one.
I watched it, and they're trying to play on the front foot.
Yeah.
They're trying to play on the front foot. They had to take Romero off after he scored, so then they had to bring on Davinson Sanchez. Made a mistake straight, like then it went back to the kind of old Tottenham a bit. But Bissouma's been unlocked. I'll tell you that for free.
I saw that.
Yeah?
I saw that.
Not
He
just
was
unlocked.
He was Brighton Basuma.
Right, so he's been unlocked, yeah. You got Skip just running around, facilitating that madman. And Madders was getting on it, got 2 assists, yeah? So, look, and it's their first home game. The place can be rocking, by the way, and he's going to have them on it. On it.
Yeah.
If we play like that, we'll lose 3-0 to Spurs.
Okay.
If we play like
we
that,
won't play like that. We needed that game.
we'll
We
lose
needed
3-0
that
to
Wolves
Spurs.
game.
And if the balance is off again, because we're still in the learning process, Spurs can have us up. I tell you that for
No,
free.
we needed that game. We needed the game. man.
That's the only positive.
What
the
you
fact
got
that
to
it
talk
happened
about?
this early.
Obviously, we didn't lose because I know the tone of this is like very.
It feels quite low.
It feels quite low. But it's only because I think there's high expectations about what we want to do this season. I think this is the progression of where we need to be in terms of saying, look, we need more. We demand more now. Again, second season, we're hoping to see like just a togetherness, right? We didn't lose and we're 3 points better off. Now, all the team need to do is literally come together. There needs to be a gelling of the strikers to the midfield. Now, what I want to see is Rashford go straight out to the left-hand side.
What are you doing then, playing Jaden in false 9 against Spurs?
I'm going to bring in my man. I have to. I've got no choice.
Oh,
I have no choice.
He played against Everton behind closed doors today.
We were 3s and 2s. So what's the point? It's not like they're doing any... Wait, hold on. Did anyone do better than what he's going to...
No, I'm not saying... It's not off of how good they played, just off of he's not ready yet.
I understand that he might have some fitness
won't
issues.
do that.
But then Sancho.
He'll play Sancho.
Then I'll still play Rashford.
But look what we
in
did
the
last
9.
year. Rashford was there last year in the 9, and Jadon Sancho was on the left, cut in, scored like.
That's what I'm saying. I'll do Rashford in the 9, Jadon Sancho out wide. We had to do that.
Go Anthony on the right.
I
think he goes to that same midfield again.
Absolutely, because it's the midfield that you paid for. Except Bruno, but it's the midfield that you bought. Like Casemiro is your buy, so he should be starting.
Casemiro's gonna start.
There you go. Then Mount is your buy
and this
with
is
the
why
number
we got him
7
for
shirt.
these
He has to start.
Number 7,
there you go. So now Bruno, these 3 have to work it out. They have to come together at Carrington. I remember I said double training session. Come together, guys. We're gonna pick moments when who goes and who stays back and who covers. All it needs is communication. And then after, I need just a responsible leadership from Bruno when it gets bad.
First big away game of the season. They're coming thick and fast. First 2 away games are both in North London. Tough.
Yeah.
Argument you could say get out the way early. That's good. So that when you're fighting for things.
And we didn't get points away from home last season.
Awful. And this is where it starts.
Again,
look at the Tottenham one, 2-0 up at half time, cruising, booing the manager off the bloody pitch.
We can beat Tottenham.
We can, but we'll have to be way better. Way better. Let us know how you think things are going to go against Spurs. Let us know if you think we're going to get Sofra and Amrabat, Onana from Everton. Another Onana. Man, you getting 2 Onanas in one.
2 Onanas. We're going to get them because we love the 2 the same name.
And let us know if you think we're going to get Harry Maguire as well, because we need a solution to that as well, because it's an absolute mess. Please, Man United, don't get towards the end of this transfer window when we thought it was decent and mess it up at the end, because we need more and we need to sell. So please, 2 weeks left. Don't let us down. Anyway, take care, guys. We'll see you again soon. Peace.